What's going on, folks? Ted from Immersion here, and I'm here at PAX Unplugged 2022, and I have a very special interview for you, so I'm going to go ahead and let you introduce yourself, but the shirt may give it away. So,
I'm Isaiah Tenenbaum. I'm the head of marketing and sales at Eldritch Foundry.
now, if people don't know what Eldritch Foundry is, why don't we give them a little, an elevator pitch on what...
Yeah. So Eldritch Foundry is a 3D custom printed miniature tool. So anyone can go on our site, and if you've played The Sims before or any of those like custom character kind of creators, you already know how to do it. And you can choose from dozens of lineages, hundreds of items, weapons, spell effects, bases, mounts, all that kind of stuff, and make the epic custom miniature of your dreams.
And if you look, it's a couple years back on the channel, we actually did a live stream where we made a mini live, and I think you guys even had some partnerships, because I remember specifically when I was going and doing it, there was a lot of ducks and a lot of duck-related stuff, and that was actually, I think that was a Critical Role-related thing, was that correct?
Yeah, so that was before my time, but
Okay.
yeah, we did partner with Critical Role for Darrington Brigade and Exandria Unlimited. We made custom sculpts for all of them. They painted them, used them on the stream. It was really beautiful.
So obviously, I mean, that's a pretty big endorsement right there. But yeah, it's always good to be able to make that custom mini, and it's not just fantasy too, right? You have some other stuff as well.
Yeah, that's a really good point. We want to have stuff for all genres. So we've got cyberpunk stuff, we've got steampunk stuff, we've got a really cool mono wheel.
Very cool.
Because the guys at the studio were like, we want to add a bike, and we said, well, a bike is not cool enough.
Sure.
Make it ridiculous and awesome, and so we have got this giant wheel that you can see on our site, and you can put any person that you want inside that wheel.
So I guess people are going to be curious about price points,
Yeah.
and then are there multiple materials? What if I want to just print them myself? What kind of options do you offer?
Really great question. So we have our price point. We have basically just one price point,
Okay.
which is our 3D printed SLA high resin miniatures, and that is $30 roughly, which is a little more affordable than even the top tier. Even the base tier of the competition, but it's actually 2 to 3 times sharper than that. We print at 30 microns resolution, which is 1/5 of a human hair. You cannot see the lines. It's incredible. You can also go double-sized. You can add a mount. You can add flail weapons that actually have like loose hanging chains.
Very cool.
Those are like for $5 more. The mounts are a little more than that. Double size is a little more than that. But ultimately, we found a way to print these really well, really affordably, and we want to pass that on to people.
So, I mean, that's a lot of different options for multiple sizes. I didn't even know about the swinging flail kind of options, which is very cool. So that's if I recall, they actually come in a nice little metal tin too, right?
Well,
Or did we stop doing that?
We stopped doing
Okay,
that
all right.
when we switched our printers over to a different printer. We had to leave the tins behind. The tins are not gone.
Okay.
They are just in the wrong place to actually bring them around. So for now, they're retired. We're trying to figure out a way to get them back into the flow. At the moment, it comes in a plastic clamshell.
Okay.
But you're going to take it out and you're going to play with it anyway.
Exactly. So what if I have a 3D printer myself and I say, well, I could get it from you guys, but what if I want to do multiples of this because I design, I don't know, a monster, or, I want to do print it up in different colors for different costumes or things like that?
100%. So we just launched literally a week ago on Thanksgiving. Great day to launch things. Somebody talked to our head of marketing and sales. We launched Eldritch Unlimited. So Eldritch Unlimited is sign up for a subscription. They are as low as $10 a month if you sign up for a year, otherwise $15 a month. And you can download, like the name says, unlimited STLs. We will not count them. We won't charge you. Make your craziest STL, put them on a mounted spider. We have mounted spiders.
Very nice.
Put them on that mono wheel. Give them the flaily, hangy weapons, whatever you like, and we will send you those STLs. We send every STL is 3 downloads: the base and mini, the base by itself, and the mini by itself. So you can pick and choose how you want to do that. Some people like to print them in different materials, that kind of stuff.
Sure, yeah, and obviously that would be on for you printing yourselves. Supports and other things would be on you to figure out what settings work best for your printer.
Yeah.
So, all right, well, that's really awesome because, it sucks if you make an STL and you download it and you get it and you're like, I want to print it, and you're like, oh, that one thing's off a little bit, or I want to change this one thing. It's like, I don't want to buy another STL. So having this package that lets you get as many as you want is a fantastic deal.
Yeah, I mean, it's great for prototypers. It's great for people that have really great resin printers, or even just regular SLA printers. But also, it's great if you're an impatient person.
Sure.
And you order that the one that we're going to print at that 30 microns, but you don't want to wait the 2 to 3 weeks for it to arrive. You want to play now. Easily add that STL on. If you just want to buy one STL, it's just $5.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah.
So how about frequency of new assets into the creator? How often, or do you have a release schedule or a timeline where people can see what's coming or stuff you're working on?
We are right now figuring out our 2023 content, but I will say that what's coming immediately down the line is something we're very excited about, which is PAC to increase the diversity of our humanoid characters. So currently, if you want to play a human, an elf, dwarf, halfling, all these, I'm sorry, I can't call them halflings, can I?
I don't know what you call them, but either way.
No, I can call them halflings. I can't call them hobbits. That's right. They're not hobbits.
Yes. They're halflings.
Please don't come for me, J.R. Tolkien's estate.
Yes.
If you want to play those races, those lineages, you have one face choice, but you can adjust the face, but it's still ultimately a white face. Yeah. And that's not okay. That's not all right. That's we had to start somewhere. That's where we started, but we want to expand that. So we're adding West African lineage and a Han Chinese lineage. Those are the two we're starting with for the humanoid races, and it's not easy to do that, believe it or not. I think a lot of times people think just add it, but because our miniatures are so customized, because you can adjust the face and the mouth and everything individually and together, whenever you add a new facial morphology, you need to go back to the drawing board with all of those things so you don't end up with some sort of nightmare thing.
Sure. Yeah. I've also seen some stuff where people just try to see how crazy they can make minis.
Yes.
Which is so. What about as far as community goes? Is there a way for people, if they've designed something and they want to share a file that they've made, can they do that?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got share functions on our site. We also are on all of the major and some of the minor social media platforms. We just got on TikTok. So thank you, joining the trends of 2020. That's why I came on board this fall. So we are releasing video content there, and we love to see miniatures. Tag us, Eldritch Foundry. We're Eldritch Foundry on all of those.
Very cool. So if there's anything, is there anything else you'd like anybody to know, or things that I should know or we should talk about?
Only that, if you haven't checked out Eldritch Foundry recently, come on back. When we launched in 2018, we started with some basics, but I feel like we've really filled out our offerings in a really exciting way, and we've really dialed in these miniatures, and I'm so proud and so excited to be here on the floor, meet people that have built them recently, talk to them about what's working, what's not working.
Sure.
And I just love seeing our stuff out there.
Yeah, well, like I said, it's been a couple years since I've gone and looked myself, so I'll have to go in and take a look and see all these new options, and I'm excited to see what comes in the future. So thank you for being here and having this interview, and I'll see you guys on the next one.
Bye.